20 weird plants with powerful benefits. Dona Maria always said that nature was the best medicine. I lived in a simple neighborhood in Sao Paulo, in a backyard full of pots and flower beds. One day, her granddaughter, Lucia, came home from college with a face like she had seen a ghost. "Grandma, you won't believe what I discovered." Lucia dropped her backpack on the sofa and pulled out a notebook full of notes. "What happened, my daughter?" Dona Maria dried her hands on her apron and approached. "They're strange plants, Grandma. Some that seem like something from another world, but that cure illnesses, give energy, and even help you sleep better." Dona Maria laughed, shaking her head. "Ah, Lucia, I already know a lot of these. You here are almost a living pharmacy." "Serious?" Lucia's eyes widened. "Then tell me." The teacher asked for work on 20 different plants with powerful benefits. Dona Maria sat in the rocking chair and started counting, while Lucia wrote everything down, fascinated. 1. Dandelion. "That one. Everyone thinks it's weeds," said Dona Maria, pointing to a flower bed with serrated leaves. "But it's great for the liver. Make a tea with the leaves, and that's it. It detoxifies beautifully." "Do you swear?" Lucia smelled a leaf. "And it's okay?" "No, my daughter. Even the flowers are edible. In Europe, they use it to make wine." 2. Aloe vera. "Aloe vera. This one is famous." Dona Maria showed a pot with a chubby plant full of thorns. "The gel inside is good for burns, mosquito bites, even dry skin. I already used it when I burned myself in the kitchen," recalled Lucia. "But they say you have to be careful, right?" "Yes, only the transparent gel is good. Yellow is toxic. And it's not for eating, okay? Just apply it to your skin." 3. Nettle. "That one looks angry." Lucia touched a sheet and quickly pulled her hand away. "There. It burned." "Yes, it really burns," Dona Maria laughed. "But it's full of iron. Cook the leaves and make a tea for anemia. Or sort it like spinach." "Who knew, huh? A plant that looks like a villain, but is a good girl." 4. Reishi mushroom. "This isn't a plant, it's a fungus." Dona Maria picked up a dry, red, and shiny mushroom. "The Chinese have used it for centuries to strengthen immunity. It looks like something from a samurai movie." Lucia laughed. "So it is. They say it even helps against fatigue. But you have to take it in powder or tea, because it is hard as a rock." 5. St. John's wort. "This one is for sadness." Dona Maria showed a small vase with yellow flowers. "Make some tea and help those who are feeling a little down." "Like depression." Lucia frowned. "Yes, but it doesn't replace a doctor, okay? It just helps a little. And you have to be careful, because it can react with other medicines." 6. Moringa. "This is news to me." Dona Maria picked up a small sheet. "They say it has more iron than spinach, more vitamin C than oranges." "Wow. And where do you find it?" "In health food stores. Make tea, add it to your salad. Even the seed cleans dirty water." "Incredible." Lucia wrote everything down quickly. 7. Comfrey. "This one is healing." Dona Maria showed a plant with hairy leaves. "Crush the leaves and put them on wounds, which heal quickly." "But isn't it dangerous?" "Do not use it only on the outside. If you eat it, it can harm your liver." 8. Stevia. "That's sweet, sweet." Dona Maria tore off a leaf and gave it to Lucia to try. "It is a natural sweetener, without sugar." "Wow, it really is." Lucia chewed. "And you don't gain weight?" "No. It's great for diabetics." 9. Arnica. "Everyone knows this one." Dona Maria pointed to a little yellow flower. "It's for bumps, sprains, muscle pain." "But isn't it just for use on the skin?" "That's right. You can't take it, otherwise it will hurt you." 10. Losna. "This is bitter and hurts." Dona Maria grimaced. "But it's great for digestion. A cup of tea after lunch and that's it. No more heartburn." "You." Lucia laughed. "I prefer medicine from the pharmacy." "Ah, but nature is cheaper." 11. Ginger. "Everyone has this at home." Dona Maria took a piece of root. "It's good for nausea, sore throat, even a cold. I drink ginger tea with lemon when I have the flu." And he does it very well. 12. Turmeric. "This one is the queen of anti-inflammatory drugs." Dona Maria showed an orange powder. "Add it to rice, chicken, even milk. It's saffron, right?" "That. And it also adds beautiful color to the food." 13. Peppermint, this is refreshing. Donna Maria tore off a leaf and rubbed it in Lucia's hands. Just smell it. It's good for stomach pain, migraines. I love mint tea. And it keeps mosquitoes away. 14. Rosemary, this one is for memory. Donna Maria sniffed a twig. Students should have tea before the test. Do you swear? I'll try it. And it adds a wonderful seasoning to the meat. 15. Chamomile, this is classic. Donna Maria showed the little white flowers. Chamomile tea calms, helps you sleep. My mom always makes it when I'm nervous. And it's also good for inflamed skin. 16. Boldo, this one is for liver. Donna Maria pointed to a plant with thick leaves. After a feijoada, a cup of tea and that's it, there's no hangover. My dad would love it. But don't overdo it, otherwise it will be too bitter. 17. Calendula, this is beautiful. Donna Maria showed an orange flower. Make an oil for irritated skin, baby diaper rash. How cute. And it also attracts bees to the garden. 18. Sage, this one is for the throat. Donna Maria showed a velvety leaf. Gargle with sage tea and that's it, there's no pain. And it still smells good in the house. That's right. 19. Lemon balm, this one is for anxiety. Donna Maria tore off a leaf and gave it to Lucia to smell. Lemon balm tea relaxes you instantly. I need this before the exams. And it also helps with digestion. 20. Farfia, Brazilian ginseng, this one is for energy. Donna Maria showed a strange, slightly twisted root. They say it's like Korean ginseng, but Brazilian. I've never heard of it. It's hard to find, but it's good for tiredness, weakness. Lucia finished writing it down and looked at her grandmother, amazed. Grandma, you are a living encyclopedia. Donna Maria laughed. Ah, my daughter, nature is full of secrets. The important thing is to know how to use it carefully. And I'm going to tell everyone. Lucia closed the notebook. Who knows, maybe people will take more care of their plants. He had taken. Donna Maria sighed. Because good medicine doesn't need to be expensive. It just needs to be natural. And so, between laughter and stories, Lucia learned that the strangest plants often hold the greatest powers. And that, sometimes, wisdom is right there, in your backyard. Donna Maria took a dry, crumpled leaf between her fingers. This here is the leaf of fortune. It looks like a weed, but it is powerful. Lucia frowned. What is it for? For a headache. Just chew a little piece and wait a few minutes. Donna Maria smiled. But you can't overdo it, otherwise it makes you sleepy. Ow. And this other one? Lucia pointed to a plant with purple, thorny leaves. Ah, that's cow's tongue. Donna Maria laughed. The name is ugly, but it's great for your skin. Wound, burn, even mosquito bite. Lucia's eyes widened. Serious? And how do you use it? Crush the leaves and make a paste. Place it on top of the wound. Donna Maria made a gesture with her hands. In 2 days, it will be cured. Incredible. Lucia wrote everything down quickly. And this one, with a strong smell? Rosemary pepper. Donna Maria smelled a leaf. Good for flu, sore throat. Make a very strong tea and drink it before bed. Lucia stopped writing and looked around. Grandma, how many plants do you know? Ah, my daughter, Donna Maria sighed. I learned it from my grandmother, who learned it from hers. It's a family thing. What if people forget? Donna Maria held Lucia's hand. That's why you're writing everything down, right? To not let it die. Lucia clutched the notebook to her chest. I won't let you, no. I'll tell everyone. Donna Maria smiled. Then nature is in good hands. They continued walking around the yard, and Lucia kept asking. Each plant had a story, a secret, and she couldn't wait to share it all. Grandma, what about this little yellow flower? Lucia pointed to a flower bed. Calendula. Donna Maria picked one. It makes a wonderful oil for dry skin. And this other one, with hairy leaves? Ora pronobis. Donna Maria laughed. They say it's the meat of the poor. It has iron, protein. Lucia laughed too. I've never heard of it. Well, you should. Donna Maria blinked. Just cook and eat. It's delicious. Lucia shook her head, amazed. How come we don't know about these things? Because the world forgot to look at the earth. Donna Maria sighed. But now you're here. And that's a start. Lucia looked at her notebook, full of notes and drawings. I'm going to make a book. A guide to strange plants. Donna Maria patted her on the back. That's it. And I help. And so, between laughter and discoveries, Lucia understood that true magic was not in distant places, but right there, in her backyard. And sometimes all it takes is a leaf, a root, or a story to change everything. Lucia woke up early the next day, with the sun shining through the window. The notebook was already open on the table, full of doodles and ideas. She took the pen and wrote, "Plants that heal, plants that nourish, plants that no one sees." Donna Maria appeared at the kitchen door, with a cup of tea in her hand. "Good morning, Ryder. Are you already working?" "I'm trying." Lucia rubbed her eyes. "But I don't know where to start." Donna Maria placed the tea in front of her. "Start with what scares you. Or what makes you laugh." Lucia frowned. "Like this? Just look." Donna Maria pulled out a chair and sat down. "There's a plant that looks like a witch's finger. People step on it without even knowing that it is a medicine for headaches." "Serious?" Lucia's eyes widened. "Serious. And there's another one that looks like a crow's foot. But if you boil the leaves, you make a tea that calms even those with a heavy heart." Lucia laughed. "Chicken feet." "Yeah." Donna Maria shrugged. "Nature doesn't care about a pretty name. She just wants to help." Lucia quickly wrote in her notebook, "Witch's finger plant, headache. Crow's foot, tight heart." "And this one?" She pointed to a drawing of a purple flower that looked like a trumpet. "Oh, that's dangerous." Donna Maria lowered her voice. "If you eat it, it makes you hallucinate. But in the right dose, the ancients used it for severe pain." Lucia stopped the pen. "Hallucination?" "Yeah. That's why you have to know." Donna Maria took the cup back. "It's not just a matter of picking it up and eating it. You have to respect it." Lucia bit her lip. "What if I make a mistake?" "Then you learn." Donna Maria smiled. "Everyone makes mistakes. The important thing is not to give up." Lucia looked at the yard, where the plants swayed in the wind. "What if people don't believe it?" "They'll believe it when they try it." Donna Maria got up. "Come, I'll show you something." They went out into the backyard. Donna Maria stopped in front of a plant with large, thorny leaves. "This one is the aloe. Everyone knows. But what few know is that it is also used for burns." "Burn?" Lucia touched the sheet carefully. "Yeah. Cut a piece, remove the gel and apply it to your skin. In 2 days, it is cured." Lucia picked up the notebook again. "I need photos." "Photos?" Donna Maria laughed. "For what?" "To show people. So they can see that it's not a lie." Donna Maria shook her head, but smiled. "It's okay. But then we make mint tea. To clarify your ideas." Lucia agreed, excitedly. As he wrote, he thought, maybe the world hasn't forgotten the earth. Maybe it just needs someone to remember. Maria pointed to another plant, smaller, with thin, purple leaves. "This here is the Yerba de Santa Maria. It smells strong but is powerful." Lucia sniffed. His eyes widened. "Wow, it looks like medicine from a pharmacy." And it is. It hits the stomach, the headache, even the worm. My grandmother used it for everything. Lucia wrote it down quickly. "And this other one?" he asked, pointing to a bush with yellow flowers. "Arnica. But it's not the same as the pharmacy, no. This one is angry. Just to put it on the skin, on the bruise. But hey, you never take it, huh? It can even kill." Lucia took a step back. "Serious?" "Serious." Donna Maria laughed. "Plant cures, but also poisons. You have to know how to use it." They followed through the yard. Lucia stopped at every step, taking notes, smelling, touching. Suddenly, he stopped in front of a vine with purple flowers. "I know that one. It's passion fruit, right?" "Yeah. But it's not just the fruit that works. The leaves make tea to calm down. Drink a cup before bed, and that's it, peaceful night." Lucia smiled. "My mother would love to know that." "And this one?" Donna Maria pulled out a thin branch with tiny leaves. "It's rosemary. It smells good, right? But it's not just for seasoning. Put it in your hair, it stays strong. And tea helps memory." "Memory?" Lucia's eyes widened. "Like, to study?" That. My daughter used it when she had exams. Lucia wrote everything, excited. Donna Maria, how many plants are there here? About 50, more or less. But these are the ones I use the most. And you know everything off the top of your head? Oh, daughter, no. I learned from my mother, who learned from her grandmother. And so it goes. Lucia looked around. The backyard looked like a treasure. People don't value that. They think that only pharmacy medicine works. Donna Maria sighed. Yeah. But the earth has always taken care of us. They just forgot to look at her. Lucia closed the notebook. I won't forget. Donna Maria smiled and took her hand. Then it's worth it. Let's go inside. The mint tea is waiting. Donna Maria took Lucia to the kitchen. The smell of fresh mint filled the air. The kettle was already whistling on the stove. Sit there, daughter. Donna Maria pointed to a wooden chair. While the tea is ready, I'll show you something. She opened an old closet. Inside, there were glass jars full of dried leaves, roots and flowers. This here is the yerba de Santa Maria. Donna Maria picked up a pot of dark green leaves. It keeps away fleas and even lice. My grandmother would put a bag of it on the mattress. Lucia laughed. Serious? And does it work? It works. Donna Maria blinked. But that's not all. If you make strong tea, it helps with stomach pain. And if you put the leaves in the bath, it relieves itching. Lucia wrote everything down quickly. Wow, so much. And look at this. Donna Maria picked up another pot, with purple flowers. It's the calendula. Heals bruises, sunburn, even baby diaper rash. Wow. Lucia touched the dry petals. It looks like magic. It's not magic. It's nature. Donna Maria put the pot back. People just forgot how to use it. The kettle whistled. Donna Maria took 2 cups and filled them with hot water. He threw a handful of mint into each one. Now, prove it. She pushed a cup towards Lucia. Lucia blew on the tea and took a sip. The fresh taste invaded his mouth. How delightful. It sore. Donna Maria sat in the next chair. Mint calms the stomach, clears the mind. If you have a headache, smelling the leaves helps. Lucia took another sip, thoughtfully. Donna Maria, why don't people use these plants anymore? Oh, daughter. Donna Maria sighed. Today everything is fast. Pharmacy medicine is easier. But it's not always better. Sometimes, what we need is right here, on Earth. Lucia looked out the window at the yard. The plants swayed in the wind. I want to learn more. Then come here often. Donna Maria smiled. I'll teach you everything I know. Lucia returned the smile. Deal. Outside, a little bird landed on the tree branch. He sang loudly, as if he was also happy. Lucia returned home that afternoon with a bag of mint in her hand. On the way, he found his neighbor, Suzhou Ao, working on the car engine. I brought you a gift, said Lucia, spreading out the pages. Suzhou Ao frowned. Is that for salad? No, it's for a headache. Just smell it. He took a leaf, rubbed it between his fingers and put it to his nose. He grimaced. It's actually good. Donna Maria taught. There are a lot of plants that help. Suzhou Ao scratched his beard. That neighbor of yours really knows. My wife lives with heartburn. Does she have something for that? I think there is. Tomorrow I'll ask. The next day, Lucia knocked on Donna Maria's door again. So, do you want another lesson? Joked the old woman, wiping her hands on her apron. Suzhou Ao asked if you have anything for heartburn. Donna Maria laughed. Of course. Wait here. She went into the house and came back with a handful of thin green leaves. Lemon balm. Makes very strong tea. If your heartburn is bad, mix it with a little boldo. Boldo. Never heard of it. It's that one over there, look. Donna Maria pointed to a bush with thick, hairy leaves. Bitter as hell, but it shot and dropped in the stomach. Lucia took a leaf and smelled it. He grimaced. Wow, what a strong smell. So it is. But it works. And look at this other one. Donna Maria pulled out a branch with purple flowers. Rosemary. If you have back pain, take a bath with the leaves. Or you can add it to beans, which is delicious. Lucia wrote everything down on her cell phone. I'll tell Suzhou Ao. Count. And if he wants, send him here. I show you how it's done. That week, Lucia became the messenger of plants. Everyone in the neighborhood wanted to know what Dona Maria had for sore throats, for insomnia, for mosquito bites. Even Dona Celia, who only believed in pharmacy medicine, showed up with a list of problems. You say you have a plant for memory? He asked, suspicious. Yes, he has. Lucia already knew it by heart. Ginkgo biloba. But Dona Maria only has the seedling. She said it takes a few years to grow. Dona Celia sighed. Well, at least I'm starting to plant. At the end of the month, Dona Maria's backyard became a meeting point. People arrived with questions, left with seedlings or recipes. Even the doctor from the health center stopped by. Dona Maria, you should teach a course, he said, laughing. Ah, doctor, I only teach what my grandmother taught me. Lucia, who was now helping to organize the visits, looked around. The yard was more alive than ever. The plants grew stronger, and the people seemed lighter. I think you're already teaching a course, she said. Dona Maria giggled. Then it's good. But only if you are my assistant. Lucia didn't think twice. Deal. And so, between tea, laughter and stories, the backyard became a place where healing came from the earth, very slowly, as it always should have been.